Prison Sexual Assault at Rikers Island, Legal Rights of Incarcerated Individuals in New York. Attorney Andrew M. Stengel. Prison sexual assault inside correctional facilities such as Rikers Island and upstate New York state prisons is a serious violation of civil rights. Women and men who are incarcerated still retain constitutional protections under federal and state law. When correction officers or other prison staff engage in sexual misconduct or fail to prevent abuse, victims may have legal options to pursue accountability. Reports involving sexual abuse in jail and prison environments have increased public awareness about the risks incarcerated individuals may face. While correctional facilities are intended to maintain safety and order, abuse of authority by staff members can undermine those goals and create serious harm for victims. Sexual assault in correctional facilities in New York City. Inside jails, prison sexual assault can take many forms. It may involve unwanted sexual contact, coercive sexual acts involving correction officers, harassment, boundary violations, or grooming by staff or even by other inmates when staff fails to intervene. Because correction officers hold authority over incarcerated individuals, relationships between staff and inmates are prohibited under Penal Law Section 130.05. 3. Even when conduct may appear to be consensual, the imbalance of power makes meaningful consent impossible, which is why sexual contact is prohibited. Examples of sexual abuse in correctional settings may include sexual assault by correction officers, coercion involving sexual acts, unwanted sexual touching, sexual harassment, failure to protect inmates from assault by others. Legal protections against prison sexual assault for incarcerated individuals. Individuals in custody are protected by the United States and New York state constitutions. The Eighth Amendment prohibits cruel and unusual punishment, which courts have interpreted to include sexual assault by correction officers. Pretrial detainees held in facilities such as Rikers Island also have protections under the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. These protections prohibit abusive treatment by government officials. Federal laws also provide additional safeguards designed to address sexual abuse in correctional environments. The Prison Rape Elimination Act established national standards aimed at preventing sexual abuse in correctional facilities. PREA requires prisons and jails to implement procedures for reporting sexual abuse, conducting investigations, and training staff to prevent misconduct. While PREA itself does not always create a direct right to sue, evidence that a facility failed to comply with PREA standards may help support claims that officials failed to protect inmates. Who may be responsible for prison sexual assault in New York? Several parties may potentially be responsible when sexual abuse occurs inside a correctional facility. Liability may extend beyond the individual correction officer involved. Potential defendants may include individual correction officers, supervisors who ignored complaints, the New York City Department of Correction, the City of New York State, the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. When institutions fail to supervise staff members or respond appropriately to complaints, they may face legal responsibility for resulting harm. Evidence in prison sexual assault cases. Cases involving sexual abuse in prison may rely on several types of evidence. Documentation and testimony may help establish what occurred and who may be responsible. Examples of evidence may include medical records, incident or grievance reports, surveillance footage, witness statements, internal investigations by the Office of Inspector General. Even when incidents are not reported immediately, investigations may uncover evidence that supports a claim. Compensation for victims of New York prison sexual assault. Victims of sexual abuse in prison may pursue compensation for the harm they suffered. Civil lawsuits may seek damages related to emotional trauma, psychological treatment, medical expenses, and pain and suffering. Legal action can also help expose systemic problems within correctional facilities and encourage reforms designed to protect incarcerated individuals. Seek legal guidance for correctional facility sexual assault immediately. Cases involving abuse inside correctional facilities can be complex because they often involve government agencies and civil rights laws. Individuals who believe they or a loved one experienced sexual abuse while incarcerated may wish to seek legal advice to better understand their rights and potential options. Schedule a consultation with the law firm of Andrew M. Stengel, PC, by emailing info@stengellaw.com. For more information, please visit our website, stengellaw.com. Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.